I just finished sailing on a 6-night Caribbean cruise on the Majestic Princess. My goal was to gamble enough to earn a free cruise. But how much did this free cruise actually cost me? In today's video, I'll break down all of my spending and share whether earning a free room was actually worth it. All right, we are back home here. I just finished up the final numbers and accounting for my latest cruise, which was on the Majestic Princess. And I wanted to share these numbers primarily because I've always found it fascinating when other people share their cost breakdowns of their casino cruise experiences. I think we all know that free cruises are never actually free. There's always a ton of little additional expenses that come up during the trip. And then obviously if you're losing money in the casino, that's going to be a rather large unexpected expense as well. The goal of this video is just to take a look at all of the numbers, break them down, and see how I did when all is said and done. Before I get into this though, did want to say one thing. None of what I say should be taken as financial advice. Everyone's budget and financial situation is different, so you need to do what works best for you. This is just how I do things. With that being said, let's jump in and take a look. For my Majestic Princess sailing, we'll start with the fixed expenses. This was a deal on deck offer, so the cabin fare was comped. Taxes and fees are not part of that comp though, so I did have to pay those. Those were $170. There was also a deposit of $200, but that gets returned to you in onboard credit. So I'm not actually going to count that as an expense. Standard gratuities are $17 a day. So for 6 days, that's going to be $102. Now I'm very lucky. I live within an hour's drive of the cruise port, so I don't have a lot of those travel expenses that most people have in terms of actually getting to and from the cruise port. There's airfare, there's hotels, there's extra meals, there's transportation. For me, I'm just going to pencil in $40 for gas. I do get dropped off and picked up at the port, so we are accounting for 2 round trips here. And then finally, I also spent $25 on Wi-Fi. I don't typically get the Wi-Fi that's offered on the ship's internet. I just use an eSIM on my phone. That works fine for browsing or checking emails or chatting, so I get to save a little bit money there too. So adding all of that up, we're looking at total fixed expenses of $337. And that's actually not bad at all, considering you're getting room and board and traveling for 6 days. That's only really an expense of $57 a day, which is pretty good. And that's it in terms of my fixed expenses. The way I typically approach these cruises is I want to keep expenses to a minimum because I think you can still enjoy what the cruise has to offer without the add-on packages. I can do without premium dining or drink packages because I can just bring some wine on board and get some free drinks in the casino. Obviously, your preferences and choices might be different. You might like to have all of those add-on packages. That's totally fine. But for me, I don't really need those expenses, so that helps me save a little bit of money. I always like to try and trim the expenses a little bit more. Here's how I do it. First up, I always take advantage of Carnival's stockholder benefits program when I can. So for this cruise specifically, was able to get $50 back in onboard credit. 7-day cruises are really the sweet spot where you want to be here because that then gets bumped to $100 credit. I also had $700 of Princess gift cards that I was able to redeem on the ship. I only paid $665 for those, so that's a net positive of $35 right there. And then also had big time casino free play of $10. So what I do here is I add up all of those benefits and then subtract them from the total cost of the trip. Doing that, we are looking at $242 in out-of-pocket expenses for fixed costs, not including casino play yet. Let's take a look at my time in the casino. Night 1, I bought in for $500. I spent about 2 hours playing craps, and then I cashed out for $980. So that was a great start. Night 2, I bought in for $500 again, spent another 2 hours playing craps, and then cashed out with $410. Night 3, I only bought in for $30 on the slot machine, was just trying to get my last couple of points. Only played for about 10 minutes, and then I cashed out for $64. So in total, $1,030 of buy-in, cashed out for $1,454 for a net casino profit of $424. If we take that profit and then subtract the adjusted fixed expenses of $242, I was able to not only have a free cruise, I was able to leave with more money than I came with, which is amazing. That doesn't happen that often. This is by no means something you can count on when you're playing in the casino. I could have just as easily finished down that amount, but for this trip, I got lucky, so I'll take it. I'm not going to complain about it. Just by point of comparison, I did check the day before to see what cruise fares were going for this specific sailing. The fare was $550. That's, again, not taking into account taxes, fees, gratuities, anything like that. So ultimately, I did get a $550 discount by using the casino comp. You also notice that I actually didn't spend that much time in the casino. So that's not going to be great for my ADT, just spending the minimum amount of time in there to get my free cruise. What that means is I'll probably be less likely to get marketing offers from Princess. I did secure the instant offer, but those are kind of restrictive with how you can use them. You need to book within 45 days and sail within 6 months. So in general, the marketing offers are a little bit better in terms of flexibility, but you need to spend a lot more time in the casino because those marketing offers are typically going to be a tier below what your instant offer is. On the positive side, I did secure that instant offer certificate for a free cruise, only an interior room and $100, but was able to do so with minimal time in the casino, and I actually left with more money than I came with. In this case, I think it's safe to say that playing for a free cruise was definitely worth it this time around. Of course, past experiences are no guarantee for future results. Always keep that in mind. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this type of content, please consider subscribing. Catch you guys in the next one.